Bonjour! Have you ever thought what it would be like to climb the Eiffel Tower? Or maybe attempt to fly from the top of the tower with only a cape for wings? Hello, I am Hannah Gregory, and I'm going to tell you about the Eiffel Tower, or as the French say, La Tour Eiffel. Some of the things I will share with you are the history of the Iron Lady, how she was made, and the unusual elevators and famous restaurants inside the tower, along with some little-known facts about the most visited paid monument in the world. Let me start with a bit of history. Most people don't know that the Iron Lady was actually supposed to be built in Barcelona, Spain, instead of Paris. Gustave Eiffel designed the Eiffel Tower for the World's Fair or Universal Exposition in 1889 to show the rest of the world France's industrial genius. When you hear Gustave Eiffel's name, you probably just think Eiffel Tower, but he also designed the Statue of Liberty. The tower was built despite many protests over the 300 leading French artists and writers and artists who saw it as a hateful column of bolted sheet metal or a gigantic black smokestack. In fact, one of the most famous authors used to have lunch every day at the bottom of the Eiffel Tower because it was the only place in Paris that he couldn't see the structure. It took 2 years, 2 months, and 5 days to complete the Eiffel Tower. It was the tallest structure in the world for 40 years, until the Chrysler Building in New York City in 1930. Initial plans to tear down the Eiffel Tower after 20 years were changed when Gustave convinced the people of France that he would put many scientific things like barometers, wind gauges, lightning conductors, etc. throughout the tower. The tower is still home to more than 120 antennas broadcasting radio and television signals throughout the capital city and beyond. Now, how about some exciting facts on how they built the tower? The total weight of the tower is over 10,000 tons of steel, which includes 2,500,000 rivets and 18,000 iron parts. The base pillars of the Eiffel Tower are oriented with the 4 points of the compass: north, south, east, west. The tower is built to sway slightly in the wind, but the sun affects the tower more. As the sun-facing side of the tower heats up, the top moves as much as 7 inches away from the sun. The sun also causes the tower to grow about 6 inches. The tower gets painted every 7 years. It gets covered in 3 shades of brown, with the darkest shade starting at the bottom. It takes approximately 60 tons of paint and up to 18 months to complete the job at a time. There are 3 levels of the Eiffel Tower to visit. The first level can be reached by elevator or walking up 360 steps. The second level is separated from the first level by 359 steps, or a few minutes in the elevator. The third level is 305 feet above ground and can hold 800 people at a time. At the top level, it is possible to see for 45 miles. While visiting the Eiffel Tower, you do not want to miss a ride on one of the curved double-decker elevators inside the tower. There are now 8 elevators in the tower, and just one elevator alone travels over 64,000 miles a year. The Eiffel Tower can offer its visitors the most breathtaking tables in Paris, and customers will have a feast for their eyes as well as their taste buds. The tower has always inspired many crazy stunts. In 1912, a Parisian stuntman and tailor attempted to fly from the top of the tower with only a cape for wings. Unfortunately, he plunged to his death in front of a large crowd. The Eiffel Tower is now one of the most recognizable structures on the planet. This beacon has become a shrine, a place where those who still believe can rise forever heavenward, where hearts are lost but never leave. The architect could not have known his vision would withstand such time, transcend its merely metal form, achieve the essence of sublime. I will end with a quote from Gustave Eiffel. I ought to be jealous of the tower. She's more famous than I. Thank you for your attention. Au revoir.